Fatal Fury won Best Fighting Game of the Year at the Game Awards in 2025. And even if you think the Game Awards are stupid or don't mean anything, at the end of the day, at least it means that most of the fighting community voted for this game to win. Now, if most people voted for this game, why they don't play it then? In today's video, we're gonna talk about the reasons why I think this game has a decently small player base. It's not as small as people think, by the way. Like, I've been playing this game recently and I can find matches pretty fast, but yeah, it's also at the same time not big either. I'm gonna divide my reasons into the reasons why I think the casual player base don't play this game, and the reason why proper fighting game players also don't play this game, because I think this game, funny enough, has an issue with both. Let's start with the casuals first. Let's take the obvious one out of the way and say the game, in my opinion, has very simple designs. The outfits are way too similar to what a normal person could use, if that makes sense, making its characters feel not special at all when it comes to designs. And also the other obvious reason why casual players or even fighting game players don't play this game much is because they literally lost interest when they showed the collabs. Because the collabs are like insanely random. It's like a DJ and a football player. Like, it's zero related to a fighting game, and I still don't understand why they're part of the game. It's just so weird to me. Well, back to my point, I think this is decently important since most of the casual player base buy fighting games based on how pretty the game is. They just want the game to look pretty while they mash buttons. Now that we talked about the very basic reason, now let's go more to like the mechanics of the game, which I think is the biggest issue of this game. So let's talk about feint. This mechanic, in my opinion, is very obnoxious and annoying, even for someone who plays fighting games daily. Let's suppose a casual player wants to properly learn Fatal Fury as their first fighting game, right? I think they're gonna surrender pretty fast, actually, mostly because of this mechanic. I just can't see a casual player learning a cancel mechanic just to do a basic combo they can do in any other fighting game. I think feint overcomplicates the game for everyone, but if you overcomplicate it for a casual, the casual is just gonna drop the game, obviously. Like, even if they want to learn Fatal Fury like their first fighting game, they're just gonna prefer to go to another fighting game, to be completely fair. Now let's talk about why the actual fighting game players don't really play this game either. So I feel like my biggest issue with Fatal Fury compared to literally every single fighting game, that the game basically tries to break the rules of fighting games. And I think the feint mechanic is also a mechanic that, funny enough, complicates things for a fighting game player. I think the issue with feint is, like I said, it breaks too many fighting game rules. You can break too many fighting game rules with this. For example, a character like Marco, which is kind of like a Shoto, right? In his block string, he can literally end the block string with a DP feint, and it's like, why the hell in your block string you're using a DP to finish it? It's like in any other fighting game, for example, right? Your opponent blocks a DP and that's it, you're gonna get fully banished. But no, in this game it's common to see Marco ending his block string with DP. So again, it's weird to see that as someone who plays fighting games every single day. Same thing with jump, for example, right? Mashing jump is actually really good in this game. So why that's an issue? If you play fighting games, you know that at a high or decent level, mashing jump, it's a bad option in literally 90.9999 of fighting games. But in this game, it's good. It's something decently good to do. So again, I feel like the issue why fighting game players don't play this game is because it has very little things that don't follow the fighting game rules. It's like they wanna break them. They don't want you to replicate your fighting game knowledge in this fighting game. You have to like break your fighting game rules that you have been known in that they have been working in almost every fighting game, and be like, wow, that doesn't matter anymore. It feels like Fatal Fury is in this bubble, and literally all the other fighting games are in another bubble. Obviously, every time you switch between fighting games, you have to learn their mechanics. But I feel like the mechanics like feint, it's a mechanic that just feels like, it doesn't even feel like a mechanic. It feels like breaking the rules. literally. Usually a fighting game is tend to be like or more casual based or more for the fighting game community, I guess, if that makes sense, so a little bit more difficult. I feel like the current issue with this game is that it doesn't please anyone. It says fuck you to the casual player base and it says fuck you to the fighting game players. In conclusion, this game is annoying for everyone, casuals and also fighting game players. Feint is a mechanic that has potential in my opinion, but at the end of the day, it's a mechanic used in neutral to change the frame data, making the game game less intuitive at first for literally everyone, while also being a mechanic that breaks a lot of basic fighting game rules, like I explained earlier with the DP example. Also, jumping being a decently good option is another idea that breaks the average fighting game rules at decent or high level at least. Obviously, at low level in any fighting game, you're gonna see people mashing jump. It's like the game constantly asks you to heal. Your fighting game knowledge should be able to play it properly. I think that's what made Fatal Fury fail, quote unquote. This game feels like the developers thought about a mechanic to make it harder, cause why not? Instead of actually doing a mechanic to add depth to the gameplay, in my opinion. It's like they said, oh well, I'm gonna break the average fighting game rules so everyone is confused, and I can say my fighting game is difficult, yay! Despite its flaws, to be fair, I don't hate the game. It's hard to get used to it because of what I mentioned, and yes, it has a lot of flaws in my opinion that makes me play it less than other fighting games that I've been playing, but I still like it. Anyways, that will be everything for today's video. By the way, if you love fighting games, I recommend you to check my Twitch. I stream almost every day and a bunch of different fighting games, so if you like literally whatever fighting game, I'm probably gonna play in it there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next time. Bye bye.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.